time for some Foundations Jumpstart boosters. This is actually a first. We have not opened Jumpstart in here. We've opened a lot of Foundations and a lot of other Magic sets lately, but this is a video for our good friend John with Big Money Michael opening some Magic Foundations. Now I'm going to go with, since you're using Jumpstart, that you're looking to make this the foundation of your Magic set. And nice little add-on here for the Jumpstart packs. One anime-inspired card in every pack. That's always fun. There's 24 booster packs in here instead of the 36 that's in a play booster. But it's more than what is the 12 that are in, mix and match for Creature Carnage that are in the collector boosters. Welcome to Jumpstart. What is Jumpstart? It's actually a cool little format that you can do. You could take two packs, because there's 20 cards in each pack. You could take two, open them, mix them together, and you got a deck. 40 card deck to go. So if you want to play blind with some friends, you don't want to do a full draft, where you have to draft each individual card, or you don't want to do sealed, where you take, like, I think it's 8 packs, and then try and make a deck out of that. You could just take 2 Jumpstart packs, each person, mix them together, and you're good to go. So that's actually a really cool function. It's another way to play, and it's a good way to like build your collection if you don't have anything, because you will get a lot of lands, a lot of mana. So then you can make any deck you want. It gives you a nice foundation, which is what this set is all about. Because this set will be standard legal for 5 years. This is a good set to get new Magic players. And as well as veteran players. Like me and my friends, we really, really enjoy this set. Everyone that plays Magic here, me, Josh, and Anthony, we all really like this set. As well as Duskmourn and Bloomburrow, the other 2 most recent sets. They're all really good. They showcase different aspects of Magic. So, this is my first time opening these particular packs, so let's see what's in them. Okay, we got another layer. So, the theme of this particular pack is going to be Dragon. Because Jumpstart packs are set up a little differently. They're set up with theme, so that when you mix 2 packs together, it's like 2 different halves of a deck. This is red. Oh, okay. The rare is in the front. Where were these cards made? There's a nice... Because Jumpstart might be a little different, but Japanese made packs, they have the rares in the front. Everywhere else, they usually put them in the back. Jumpstart might be a little bit different, given how the format is. We have Lalise, Dragon Queen, legendary creature, flying. Whenever, oh, I actually have this card. Whenever another non-token dragon, I think I have this card. Another non-token dragon you control enters, create a 5/5 dragon creature token with flying. So if you are playing dragons, yep, see, you play this dragon, if you have this dragon already out, bam, you get another 5/5 dragon for free. And then it has the ability, dragons you control get +1/+0 till end of turn for each like 2 mana that you tap. I have a deck that has these in them. Whenever a non-creature spell or dragon spell you play, he will deal 1 damage to each opponent. So, just for an example, these in the play, you play this next card because it's an artifact, so it's a non-creature spell. You play this on the field, and this will do damage to all your opponents. So it's a nice little bonus. The Orb of Dragonkind, and then yeah, this adds 1 mountain or red mana. And you can use it, if you use it on dragons, they gain haste, which means they can attack on the first turn. Dragon's Fire, nice instant. Seize the spoils. Bathe the Dragon Fire, hatchling. Dragon Whelp. Spark Tongue Dragon. Yeah, when this creature card comes into play, if you pay an extra 3 mana, 2 of anything and then 1 red, it'll deal 3 damage to any target. And a target can be a player. So you can, if you have the mana, this costs 5. So let's say if you pay for it, you have 3 extra mana, you want to deal 3 damage to one of somebody's creatures or another player, bam, you can just do it. Forgotten Cave, this is good land to have for this. Thriving Bluffs. This comes in, you choose a color other than red. So if you're using, like, say, a red and blue deck, you could pick blue. And this can add red or blue for you to use. And then we have your mountain cards. What's fun about Magic is even all your basic land cards, they have nice art. And they'll have different arts and different sets. This particular another one is another dragon theme. All right, same. Oh, we got, I'll say, like, this is the same rare as in the other pack, the Dragon Queen. And now we have a Planeswalker, which is different than a creature. They kind of sit in their own little zone. And you can either attack a player or a Planeswalker. And then the player can decide to either block or just let it happen. They can block with creatures or use a spell or something, or they can be like, well, there's nothing I can do, and then you just attack it. This is has a plus, this is Skarkan, Fireblood. Plus 1, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. All right. His other +1 ability, which would increase this number. You can do one of these abilities once per turn. On your turn. Unless it says otherwise. Add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast dragon spells. And you would add 1, this number goes. So this is actually pretty good to be in a dragon-themed pack. -7, create 4 5/5 dragon creature tokens with flying. So if you can get this number up to 7, there's other ways that you can add counters to him. But even if it's just by using these abilities, if you get him to 7, then minus it, you can get 4 more dragons in play. It's the Fire Spitter Whelp that we had discussed earlier. Dragon's Fire. As additional cost to cast this card, you may reveal a dragon card from your hand or choose a dragon you control. This Dragon's Fire deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If you reveal a dragon card or choose a dragon card, Dragon's Fire deals damage equal to the power of that card or creature instead. So you can do the 3 damage, or say this dragon's in play. You have this legendary, and I'm like, okay, I play this card, and I choose the Dragon Queen here. It would deal 6 damage instead of the 3, because it would do its power. So that's power and then toughness. How much damage you can deal, how much damage you can take. Seize the spoils at additional cost. Discard a card. Draw 2 cards and create a treasure token. Treasure tokens you can sacrifice and add 1 mana. Of any color. Dragonlord Servant. Dragon spells cost 1 less. Hellkite Whelp. Rage. Dragon Ton. Bluff again. And more mountains. So, While they're similar, those two different dragon packs were not exactly the same, because this one had a mythic rare, which is like red or orange, and then you had the normal rare, which is in the gold, so was the dragon. Bookworms. Blue, so I'm going to guess this has something to do with wizards of some kind. All right. Now, Dare Kraken. Whenever you draw a card, you may pay 1. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on this card and create a 1/1 blue tentacle creature token. So you get to more tentacles. Yeah, and the longer I look at this picture, the scarier it gets, because that back there does not look friendly. And all these little ships are in trouble. And it's only 3 mana, so it's pretty cheap. When this creature dies, draw a card, which is always nice. This will enchant a creature, damage it. Here is your anime-themed card in this pack. That's actually really cute, if you can see. If it'll focus. There we go. It's a legendary creature. So if an enemy were to target her with a spell, it costs them 2 more to cast it. Her power and toughness equal to the number of cards in your hand. So there's ways to, like, it seems like this blue side's going to be ways to draw cards. And put lots of things in your hand so that stuff like this gets more powerful. Yep, this says draw a card. Return target creature to its owner's hand, draw a card. So you can just make one of your opponent's creatures go back to their hand, or you can even do it to yourself if you need to. And then draw a card. Flash, it says here, like you can play it whenever you play an instant, so anytime. Opt, Scry lets you look at the top card, and then you draw a card. So you can see what it is, and if you don't like it, you can put it on the bottom of your deck and then draw a card. Reckless Scholar. Target player draws a card, then discards a card. Sky Eel School. When this enters, draw a card, then discard. Okay, I'm seeing a pattern here. When this comes in, target spell, unless the controller pays 4, or draw 2 cards. So yeah, this side is designing Tatarian Kraken. Bye-bye castle. Whenever you draw a card, you may pay. All right, yeah, you can then pay 1 and then use it to tap or untap creatures. Silent. Yeah, it's another one where you can choose a different color. So you get blue and then choose another color, and you can then produce that as well. And you got some cool islands here. Legion. Okay, so this could probably be about soldiers, would be my guess, and it's white. Yep, it's about a human knight. So they have vigilance, which means they don't tap. Its power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. So the more creatures you have out, the stronger this one is. Whenever you attack, for each opponent, create a 1/1 white human creature token that's tapped and attacking that player. Okay. Then we have an elf cleric. When he enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature that convoked it. Okay, convoke is creature you tap while casting the spell for 1. So for that up to 4, you can add up to 4 creatures can end up getting this if you tap them when you cast this. So it's a cat soldier. It's a rabbit cleric. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. So this one seems to be creating a whole bunch of creatures, and then you get benefits from it. Either creates more power for your creatures, or you gain life. Raise the alarm. Create 2 soldier, 1/1 white soldier. So yeah, you would be able to. Yep, that's what this side's all about. Equipment is cards that you can then attach to creatures. So, Ancestral Blade. Above the mantle place, you would pay this, put it on the battlefield, then pay whatever the equipment cost is, and then you would attach it to a creature. Defend the camps. Choose 1. Recruitment officer. For the top 4 cards of your library, you may reveal a card. The value is 3 or less. You put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. So yeah, this is about creating or getting more and more creatures out. Memorial to Glory. If you sacrifice this and tap 4 or more 4 mana, you can create more soldiers. Thriving. Yep, there's another one of those. Pick another color. You can add white or that other color. Then you got some cool lands here. Stoked. All right. All right, so we got some goblins. Creature can't be blocked by 2 or more creatures. All right. When he enters, you may cast target instant or sorcery spell with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. Okay. Not bad. Put a fire. So it's going to be about like boosting. Yep, double strike, heroic. So it's going to be about haste and like so quick attack is going to be what this is about. Heroic, whenever you cast a spell that targets this guy, target creature an opponent controls can't block. So it's going to be all about finding ways to attack your opponent and to attack them fast. Yeah, it gains haste, so there's a lot of target creature gets +3/+2. Yeah, this is all about a quick bam, 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 do as much damage as quickly with small creatures, but then be able to boost them up. Royal Eruption deals 3 damage to any target if you pay the kicker cost, which is this 5. Deals 5 damage instead. Uncaged Fury, target creature gains +1/+1 and gains double strike. So they basically do the damage twice. Pyromancer, Bluff, then more. Red. Goblins. I wonder what this one will be about. Probably elves. Oh, wow. Imagine that, goblins. A Tin Street Kingpin. Put a +1/+1 counter whenever he attacks. And then create a number of 1/1 red goblins equal to his power. So yeah, the more he attacks, the more goblins you get. Goblin Surprise. This is the anime-themed card. So yeah, this, and the thing with goblins is there's usually a ton of them. They're usually weak, and they usually have haste. Yeah, deals damage to a target opponent equal to an opponent. It deals damage to target creature an opponent controls equal to the number of goblins you control. So if you're having trouble with one of their creatures, you have a ton of goblins. When he enters the battle, when this guy plays, he could deal a bunch of damage to it. Goblin Trailblazer. Open fire. Deals 3 damage to any target. Scavenged Blade. It's an equipment, so you can attach it to one of your creatures. Shock, classic card. Deals 2 damage to any target for 1 mana. Prideful. All right, we got a big old cat soldier. He is the king of Orksko. He has vigilance. Whenever he attacks, create a 1/1 cat soldier creature token with vigilance. That's attacking. Whenever he blocks a creature, create another white or 1/1 white cat soldier that's also blocking. Okay, so he just helps create more creatures. It's a nice equipment. Cat Cleric has lifelink, so whenever it deals damage, you gain that much life. Just 3 damage to attacking or blocking creature. Genius Legion. It's a cat soldier. King of the Pride. It's a cat. Other cats you control get +2/+1. So if you have him out and all these other cats that are cat soldiers, they all get +2/+1 because they're also cats. So you get stuff like King of the Pride out. Let's say you have 4 of them out. Now everything gets +8/+4. And this would become a 9/5. So like, and this is just a 1/1. So your basic card would become way powerful. Savannah Lions, Shield, and Whites. Icky. All right, this is going to be black. It's probably going to be based around icky things, so probably bugs of some kind. Yep. Vampire Insect. Flumulus, the Infestation. It's flying in Death Touch. Death Touch means whenever it deals damage, even if it normally wouldn't kill it, it kills it. And we have Endless Cockroaches. When this dies, return it to your hand. So you can just keep playing it. Wiggling Grub. Yep, this is going to be all about bugs. Enters create 2 black and green worm tokens. Eaten Alive. Can exile target creature or player. Or planeswalker, not player. Devouring Swarm. Sacrifice a creature. This gets +1/+1. Go for the throat. Destroy target non-artifact creature. Mosquitoes. We have Necropods. Nantuko Husk. Sacrifice creature, he gets +2/+2. Subtle Strike. Big old spider up there. Virus Beetle. Each opponent discards a card. And you have your swamps. Yep, we're still going, Max. Soaring. Sphinx. Flying. Whenever a creature with flying attacks, you may draw a card. That's nice. Here is our anime-inspired card, and she is hugging a jellyfish. That does not look safe. When it enters or dies, you get a +1/+1 blue jellyfish creature token. Creatures you control with flying get +1/+1. So that's actually pretty good. We'll chill. Guidance, gust of wind. So yeah, this whole section is a bunch of things with flying. Flying can only be blocked by creatures with flying or things that have reach, which means they can reach up and touch it. Flying. Winged words. A bunch of islands. Zealots. All right, Minotaur Berserker Wizard, Sandstorm Crusher. That is pretty cool. Okay, it's going to be a lot of things with haste and trample. Trample means like if you block it with a creature, if it doesn't take up all of its, say like attack power here, say I block this 3/2 with a 2/2, that one that would have been to the 3 would roll over and then still come and hit me. So it goes up and over. It literally tramples. Fling. Additional cost, sacrifice creature. Fling deals damage equal to the sacrifice creature's power to any target. So creature, player, planeswalker. Kindled Fury. Target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. Does 3 damage to any target. This is cool. And mountains. Yeah, I'll end up just going out. Yeah, if you need to lock it up. Yeah, no problem. Have a good weekend. Modified. This is green. This one does not want to open. There we go. Kodama of the West Tree. This has reach, like we talked about in the last little pack. Modified creatures you control have trample. Okay, so modified is like you attach an equipment card to it, an aura, which is an enchantment. And if you add a counter to it, are considered modifications. So anything that you do something to, this will add more abilities. Like this will give them trample. And yeah, this is going to be your really good card in this little section, because then whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your deck. So yeah, that would be pretty good. It's a fungus dinosaur. Yay! So yeah, this is all about modifying these creatures and giving them counters and other abilities. Interesting. restoring. So this should be similar to the one that we had opened a little previously. But again, you have some different creatures as well. We have a Spirit Noble. Say, when other creatures you control with flying get +0/+1. And then tap it, other creatures you control get +1/+0. And then Stolen by the Fae. Anime card. And so this one's all about, yeah, it's again flying, but it has some fairy cards in here, like fairy rogues. So what game are you playing, Max? Clerics. My buddy Joe loves clerics, and he may always makes decks with clerics. They're really annoying to play against, because clerics can be pretty good. So always be wary of clerics. Vital Thorn of the Dark Rose. He's a vampire cleric. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. So this would go good with those white cards that were giving you life. So you would gain life, and then this card would make all your opponents lose life. Bonecaller Cleric. Dark Bargain with the top 3 cards. Put 2 of them into your hand and the other into your graveyard. And then this card deals 2 damage to you. So in a desperate situation, you could use it. Black has no problem with damaging yourself. Especially if you have ways to gain life, then it doesn't really matter too much. Coma's Faithful. Or Coma's Faithful, sorry. Yeah, that was the big World Eater, Coma. One of Craving. Target creature gets -2/-2, and you gain 2 life. Of Darkness. This says Trample. It's a 6/6 avatar. Looks like a demon. You may put target creature card from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So if you damage your opponent, you could take a card from their graveyard, if it's a creature, and put it onto your control. So that's pretty good. Elves. This is probably about goblins. It's an elf. Marwyn, the Nurturer, legendary elf. Whenever another elf you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this card. Tap it, add an amount of green mana or forest to your mana pool equal to their power. So this is going to be a side that lets you create a lot of mana. Land of War Elves, a very classic card. Will let you create more mana. Yeah, elves by themselves are not super powerful. But then you get stuff like this. Creature you control get +2/+2 and gain trample on turn. And then all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of them that are now boosted up and attacking. Elves have a way of helping each other out. Vampires. Crossway Troublemakers. When attacking vampires you control have Death Touch and Lifelink. So whenever a vampire you control dies, you may pay 2 life. If you do, draw a card. This is actually a really good card. It boosts your vampires by a lot. And this is a Vampire Knight. Sanctum Seeker. Whenever a vampire you control attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So even just by attacking, everyone's already starting to lose life, and you're gaining life, even without them actually doing any damage yet. And there's a lot of, this one's got life link, so think about it like, stealing life force, bleed dry. Target creature gets -13/13 till end of turn. If the creature would die this turn, exile it instead. Blood fountain. Create a blood token. It's interesting. Yeah, blood tokens let you draw cards. So those can be very useful. Whenever you, and this says whenever you sacrifice a blood token, you gain 1 life. So it gives them even more usefulness. Vampires with Death Touch and Lifelink. And swamps. Enchanted. It's a spirit. It's not that great, but it's useful. Yeah, this side is going to be all about enchanting things or attaching cards to other cards. Yep. There's a lot of enchantments. Even the creatures are enchantments. So this would go well with that other one, Sunblade Samurai. So that's actually kind of cool art. That gives you bonuses when things get enchanted. That modified that green. So that would work well with that. Copied. See, I would have thought blue if with copied, but all right. It's a goblin ally, so it's a goblin. All right, so this copies. All right, now I'm seeing. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets him, you create a copy of it for each other creature you control that the spell could target. Each copy targets a different one. All right, so yeah, there's going to be ways to, let me see. There's probably going to be ways to boost. Fiery Prophecy deals 3 damage to any target, or any creature, sorry. Fist of Flames. Renegade Tactics. Target creature can't block this turn. Draw a card. And Pyromancer. Bloody. Red, so it's probably going to be about vampires again, I would think. Only this time not in black, but in red. Blade Man. Yep, Vampire Warriors. Double Strike. Vampire Soldier. Whenever, yeah, vampires like to boost other vampires, so you're going to end up with a vampire deck. You could probably mix this one with the black. These red vampires with the black vampires and probably get a decent deck out of that. Blood Petal Celebration. She has first strike as long as she's attacking. When she dies, create a blood token. Deals damage. Isolated. So yeah, these would work really well with the other ones. With the other vampires that you now have. Last 6 to go. Icky. So this is probably similar. Yep. It's another one of those, the infestation. Yep, it goes along the same line of using insects and creepy crawlies. That's a new one. Fight. Right. Copied. Yep, it's the same as the, or very similar to the copied one we had opened a little bit ago. Yeah, if you're looking to expand your collection after this, I would say, at least for this particular set, don't get any more Jumpstart. I would move to either collector boosters or play boosters. Because it'll give you more variety. And, oops, sorry. That's different. Encountered. Primal Bounty. As well as, like, they won't have as much mana in them. They'll only have one instead of, like, however much is in here. Because they'll be made to be more random, so you'll get cards of every color in each pack. This creates beast tokens, and we have this is going to be creating big creatures, big, expensive, powerful creatures. And then a cat. Prideful Marker. Marklin, sorry. Enters, gets +1/+1 for each. Puts it on target creature you control. Each creature you control gets a +1/+1 counter on it. Or with a +1/+1 counter on it, has tramples. That's pretty good. Bookworms. So this should be similar to the bookworms that we opened earlier. Oh, we got a different Turfane's Ageless Insight. So we got a different enchantment. That's good. If you would draw a card, except the first one you draw in each. Oh, so if you draw an additional card, except for because each turn you get to draw one card. If you would draw a card except the first one you draw in each of your draw steps, draw 2 cards instead. So this lets you draw more cards. But yes, the rest of it looks very similar to the bookworms that we had opened previously. Two to go. Yep, more disgusting, creepy crawlies. But they're actually quite useful. So, take a look. And last pack. Let's see if we can get some last pack magic here. Elves. We have a different leaf-covered visionary. So we have a different rare there. Other elves you control get +1/+1. So yeah, this is a really, really good elf. This is the elf you want. because then it's going to boost all your other elves. Whenever you cast an elf spell, you may pay one green. If you do, draw a card. Yeah, this is a very, very good card. If you make an elf deck, put this in it. You're going to want 4 of these if you can get a hold of them and put them in it, because then all your elves will get +4/+4, and you can pay a bunch of mana and get a bunch of cards if you need to. But yeah, the rest of it looks similar. So, thanks a lot, John. This was a lot of fun. I always enjoy opening up Magic. This is the first time I'd opened up Jumpstart, so this was really interesting, and I like the idea of Jumpstart. It's really fun because it's like a quick, easy way to play. You can grab 2 halves, slap them together. Your opponent can grab the 2 halves, slap them together, and you can play with little 40-card decks. And then it lets you help learn, and you can play quickly, and then you can move up to like the full 60-card decks for like standard or different formats. And then you can go from there. It's a good way to help build your set when you're new. You'll definitely have enough mana, enough lands to make any deck you want now or in the future, as well as make a few of them. So you will also be getting a bunch of Magic commons. These are from sets that I like. The one on the top, I like these sets, so those will be helpful as well. Enjoy, John. We will get these cards out to you as soon as we can. Thanks for buying this personal break, and we hope to see you again in the future. Enjoy the rest of your day and weekend. Thanks for tuning in to Big Money Mike on Nerd Out.